I don't think that there's a list, but uh, for those of you who don't know what they mean by shunning, it's the trauma of being cut off suddenly. So, I mean, this basically is a watchtower in a sentence. Destructive cults control members through fear of excommunication. That is exactly what Watchtower, Jehovah's Witnesses, Bible Tract Society does um, on the daily. Um, and this is actually the behavioral program that I was like under while I was part of Jehovah's Witnesses. It was the bite model. Um, they're excommunicated from an authoritarian Bible group, aka Watchtower Bible Tract Society. Um, uh, People's entire identities are modeled around ideological conformity and dependence on commands from the leadership, believing that only those men know the Almighty's will and understand the Bible properly. I can't mention how many times this was shoved down my throat as a kid. Always remember to to be out in service, be in touch with the elders, listen to what the elders say, because they have the guiding hand of Jehovah, and they were appointed by him to lead his sheep. Uh, it is especially difficult when a person is raised in such a group and their families and friends are all believers. This is my situation. Um, the threat of being shunned is an example of extreme social influence that encompasses all four aspects of the bite model of authoritarian control, which includes behavior, information, thought, and emotional control. Um, when religious groups that claims an exclusive connection to God kicks believers out, the authoritarian group simultaneously activates all four components of mind control. By ordering members to be cut off, they can no longer participate. Information, and this right here is how they get people to be shunned, to be disfellowshipped, then shunned, and then have those same people come crawling back into the kingdom hall, hoping from some salvation from the hand of God. And it's like so pitiful to watch. Albeit those people also don't know that this is what is happening to them. It's so pitiful to watch, and it's very sad, and it's like, how do you not see that like this is going on, but at the same time, while you're in there, you don't really think that anything bad is happening. um by ordering members to be cut off, they can no longer participate. Information and sharing of thoughts, feelings, and experiences are stifled, because you're cut off from your circle. You're cut off from the people who you talk to on a daily. You message those people, they will not message you back. You call them, they will not return your calls. This is their quote unquote way of showing love. It is disgusting. But at the same time, while those people are doing it, they don't realize how like heinous their actions are in doing that, because they've been taught that this is how you're supposed to treat other people, and it's absolutely horrifying to go through. Um, Thought stopping and use of loaded terms keep a person constrained into black and white, all or nothing world, them or us world, so Satan's world, and then Jehovah's organization. This controls members through fear and guilt. Um, and I mean, it's true. Um, uh, the bite model. And by the way, this I'm almost betting that this is why Norway will not give them money, and I wish so much that the United States government would do the same thing. um Bite model: behavior, informational thought, emotional control. Behaviors control refers to how an organization modifies behavior with rewards and punishment, along with promoting dependence and obedience. People who are kicked out are essentially being told that God is displeased and members could no longer speak or associate with them. It should, I mean, in Jehovah's Witnesses case, it's not just members, it's not just friends, it's also family, like blood family. Um, they are cut off from their entire social universe, those they depended on for love, friendship, guidance, and livelihood. As for information control, leaders do not want their members to speak with ex members or do personal research outside of the allowable group information. Plus, they withhold and distort information and generate and use propaganda. One troubling result is most control groups discourage their members from seeking help from mental care healthcare professionals. And I can't tell you how many times, especially being a kid, because the household I was raised in did not believe in mental health. They believed in uh, if you're having some kind of type of issue or whatever, go talk to the elders, and it was completely destructive. Um, Even when they display troubling signs of acute depression, anxiety, panic disorder, disassociation, suicidal thoughts, autism spectrum disorder, and a variety of personality disorders. Thought control happens when the leaders, mind you, Jehovah's Witnesses do not care if you have this. If there's something that's like going on with you, uh, and uh, you do something that you really like don't mean to do, but you're just so fucked up you just don't realize that like you're doing it, they will absolutely kick you out. Thought control happens when the leaders of the organization use loaded language and cliches to prevent critical thought. Also, members are taught to reject rational analysis, critical thinking, and doubt. The universal mind control technique is phobia indoctrination, which combines with the emotional feeling that as a believer, you are one of the chosen. Yes, every single baptismal talk during the conventions or I guess they're now called regional conventions or the circuit assemblies. Um, you always hear, Jehovah chose you. You are Jehovah's chosen sheep. And today you can prove that with a baptism. It's you just hear the same thing every single year. One of the elite who will live forever. So all of Jehovah's people are entitled to live forever on a paradise earth. Leaders of these organizations use the following strategies: instill irrational fears, phobias of questioning or leaving a group. Many a times with Jehovah's Witnesses, questioning the group will lead to leaving the group because I can't think of the word for it right now, but it's like they will they will they will absolutely I guess kind of like attack you and saying that oh you're questioning Jehovah's authority whenever you're questioning something, and they'll threaten to like put you out for it if you continue. Um, Teach emotional stopping techniques to prevent anger. I can't. There's so many videos on jw.org telling you to just that your emotions don't matter. That only Jehovah's laws matter. Promote feelings of guilt, shame, and unworthiness. Um, you're always subject to what Jehovah judges. Uh, whatever guilt or shame that other people put you through doesn't matter so long as you stay um, as an active witness of Jehovah. And so many people have feel so badly about themselves because of going through all the guilt and shame that you know they don't need to go through. Teach that there is no happiness or peace outside of the group. Yep. Uh, how can countless amounts of talks that I've heard. There's no happiness outside of Jehovah's organization. There's nothing out there in Satan's world. You want to go pursue a career? Nope, don't do that. That's part of Satan's world. That will never lead to happiness. Uh, Learning about cult mind control and getting support from a healthy ex-member who understands cult recovery strategies helps support ex-members who are being shunned. Um, Freedom to believe or not, all religions should be fundamentally support basic human rights, which Watchtower Bible Tract Society does not, and need to be transparent and open, which Watchtower Bible and Tract Society is not. We believe that anything that is legitimate will stand up to scrutiny. Yes, if a religious group is genuine, then love, compassion, and charity will be the dominant emotional teachings, not fear, guilt, and condemnation. Uh, Relationships between family members should be honored and encouraged, never punitively disrupted, which is something Watchtower Bible Tract Society loves to do to keep people in fear and make them stay in their cult. People should be free to get medical treatment and have an education. Um, Read whatever information they wish to learn about and speak to whom they wish to interact with. So, Watchtower and Bible Tract Society will say that they have these things. I cannot tell you how many times I have been in a situation of me telling someone something about my life that has to do with education or reading information or getting medical treatment and hearing something that you should go talk to the elders first. Education isn't important. The best education you can have is inside of uh, Jehovah's education by reading whatever literature they push out, and uh, countless amounts of talks that say don't go on like apostate sites, which I would imagine as much scrutiny as Jehovah's Witnesses are facing on YouTube.com. YouTube.com is probably I'm surprised they haven't published a video yet saying that YouTube.com is an apostate site. Um, because basically any site, as they claim it, like any site that questions Jehovah's authority is supposed to be a apostate site, and to speak to whomever they wish to interact with. Oh no, never do that. If you're seen hanging around with um worldly people, oh, this will absolutely get back to the congregation of elders, and you will be shadow banned by your community until you straighten up your act. Authoritarian cult leaders dictate policies that serve continued obedience and dependence, and it is wrong, absolutely wrong. I mean, it's like this whole article is written for Watchtower Bible Tract Society. Um, I might actually link this in the video. Anyway, let me get back to. But anyway, this is why Norway doesn't want you to have your money Watchtower, because this is what you do.
party in such a case. So what they're saying is we're going to remain neutral because you have ex-members who are saying the Watchtower has violated their human rights. I know, right?
You just can't make this stuff up, guys. You just can't make it up. It just